Hello people, welcome back to another tutorial. So today we are going to be learning this beautiful dress. It's a skirt and blouse. So I also have the tutorial for the skirt part on my channel. So I'll be dropping the link in the description box if you would like to learn how to make the skirt part. So the first thing I did is I folded my fabric like this and I measured the full length of my blouse. So the length of my blouse, I want it to be around 24. So after this, I measure from the shoulder to my armhole, from my armhole to my bust point, from the armhole to your under bust and to the waist length, and from there to the full length of my dress. So I'll finish up the line very well. So guys, I'll measure my shoulder, your shoulder divided by 2. You place it on the shoulder line and also to the chest line. So to draw your armhole, we all have the formula for this. I don't know if you don't know it. It's going to be your bust circumference divided by C plus 1.5. So that is how to know the chest line to draw your armhole. So after that, I mark out my nipple to nipple. I'll go back and finish my armhole. I measure my nipple to nipple, and at this point I'll just finish off the armhole. So I connected from the short sloping side down to meet the half an inch you came out from, and also to the chest and to your bust circumference. That's where to stop. So I measured my bust circumference at this point. I added my allowance. So the next thing I will do is to take my under bust tightening. So to know the amount of fabric to take here for the bust tightening is going to be your bust circumference divided by, minus your bust circumference. If your bust circumference is 35 and your under bust is 34, minus it, whatever you have, divide it into 2. So that will give you, and you're going to be sharing it across this nipple to nipple line. So on my nipple point, I came down by half an inch and I went up by half an inch. So on the under bust, I took half the way from the side and I took the remaining 2 inches at this point. So I'm going to be repeating the same thing on the down part. So I'll take it all the way down to the sleeve, to the hem line of my dress, that's to the blouse length. So I just bring this down, straight down. So if you want, you can try to remove like half an inch away from it on the waistline. So we are going to connect from the under bust back to the nipple point like that. You curve it like so, and you're going to curve it the same way for the other side. So from this half inch I had, you curve it like this, and I will measure what I had here, then I'll locate the midpoint. So what I have is 8 and the midpoint here is 4 inches automatically. So from that 4 inches, I'm going to be connecting it like this to meet my nipple point. So you can use your ruler to do this or your free hand. I think I prefer my free hand. So I came down by 1 inches. So I'll connect it in a curvy manner this time to meet my nipple point. At that point, give it a curve very well. And remember you came down by 1 inch. You are going to be replacing that 1 inch back in order for you not to run short of fabric after cutting this out. So this will make up for the 1 inch you are cutting out at that point. So this will be my new armhole. I'm no longer going to be using this as my armhole. So after that, you measure your under bust circumference divided by 4 plus the darts you took on the under bust plus your sewing allowance. So you're going to repeat the same thing for your waist circumference divided by 4 plus your dart intake and also your normal sewing allowance. Whatever you choose to use for sewing allowance. For mine, I'm doing 2 inches. On the hip circumference, you're going to repeat the same thing divided by 4 plus your sewing allowance and your dart intake at the hip there. So you're connecting all the dots into a straight line like this. So at the down part, you want to go over like 1.5 inches to give it a little curve at that edge. So I like the shape it gives whenever I do this. So I want it to look curvy a bit. So this is what I do. And on the neckline, I'll determine the type of neck I want. So just your normal round neck, and I want it very high. So at this point, I'm doing 3 inches width by 3 inches depth, and I connected my shoulder slope. So the next thing I'll do is to just cut it out. So this is what it looks like after cutting it out. So moving ahead to the back part, I also folded my fabric into two because this my lining is going to be for the lining of this dress. I'll be using it to cut out the main fabric. So guys, I have my marks already marked out here by points, my armhole, my bust point, my underbust, and the full length. So the only difference here is that the back neck, the back full length is going to be 1 inch shorter or 1.5 inches shorter than the front full length. So that's just the difference between the front and the back. And you're going to be adding your zipper allowance to this. Now, this is my zipper allowance. So just as I've said earlier, I'm trying to repeat it all over again. So the next thing I will do is to measure my nipple to nipple. So this will be for my darts, and also finish up the armhole line for this armhole at the back. And yes, I'll connect this line into a straight line like this. So I'll take my dart of half inch on both sides from the waistline and connect it to meet my hip point, and I'll also connect it back to the bust point like so. So this is what it looks like, and I connected it back to the armhole. So that is the type of shape I want it to have at the back. You can do your normal regular darts, but mine I want it to be an armhole dart at the back part of my dress. So I'm going to measure my bust circumference, my under bust circumference. So there's no under bust at the back, just my waist circumference and my hip circumference divided by 4 plus whatever allowance you're working with. And I'll connect the lines like so. So for the back, I don't want my zip to be bulging. So I'm going to eliminate the bulginess around that part. I came in by 0.05 from the waistline and I am connecting it to meet the upper part like this in a shape that looks like a banana. So you give it a curve like this from the middle point down to the down part and also to the upper part. So at this point, I'll cut out my back neckline and I'll put my shoulder. So don't forget to add an half an inch for the shoulder joining. And also at this tip at the front part, remember we came over like a half an inch. You're also going to repeat the same thing for the back part. You connect it like so and curve it. So that's the type of shape I want the down part to have. I don't just want it to be straight. I want it to be a little bit curvy. So, and I am done. I use my main fabric, sorry, my lining to cut my main fabric. This is what I have, and this for the front part. And I've gone ahead to attach my interfacing for both the fabric and the lining. So, well, another thing I did is that because of the shape it has at the down part, it has like a scallop shape at the down part. I added the fabric, the main fabric as part of my lining. So I cut out 4 inches from the lining and I replaced it back with the lining, with the main fabric. So at that thing done, I'm moving ahead to the main fabric. I'm going to be joining it from the down part like this. I'll join it and finish it up like so. So that's for the front panel, and after that I'll iron it out. So after I've ironed it out, this is what I have. This is the front and the lining. I'm going to turn the neckline. I'll also repeat the same thing for the back part. This is the main back and here is the lining for the back. Remember I said I had 4 inches to the down part of all my lining. You know why? Because I want the main fabric to be showing at the curvy part of my dress after sewing it at the down part. So I'm going to turn the neckline and also turn the zip side. So this is what I have after turning the neckline and the zipper side. Remember the down part is still open because I'm still going to be cutting it in so I can give it that curvy part. So this is the main fabric, this is the front part, sorry. And what I will do is to just give it that curve I want, any shape of your choice. So I'll just play around with this. I curve it like so, and I curve like this. I'm just trying to give it the shape I want. So anything you want to do at this point, just feel free to do it. However you wish it come out, just go ahead and do it. So this is what I have, and I'm just cutting it out at this point. So I think I like what I have here. So I'm using the front to cut out the lining, and I'll also, this is what I have for the front. Front is complete now, so I can just turn the down part of my dress. So for the back part, I'll also do the same thing, and I am cutting out the excess I have around here, and I give it a notch. So then turn it out after sewing it and give it a good press. So you turn it out, you use your sharp edge to bring out those curvy parts. So I'm going to cut out the excess I have for all the 4 piece, sorry, the 3 piece. I'll notch it, then I'll bring them out. So the iron it. So after giving it a good press, the next thing I want to do is to attach my zipper. So this is how I'll be putting it. From the down part, you sew, then you do the same thing for the other side. And here, this is what I have. So the front and the back are ready. So the next thing I'll do is to just turn my shoulder. So after turning it, this is what I have here. Like this. I believe you all know how to turn our lining shoulder, and how to turn your shoulder with your lining and the main fabric. So after that, if there's need, you need to trim out the arm orders if need be. For mine, I'm not sure. Then remember it's a sleeveless dress. So at this point, you will want to turn it using the lining to turn the main fabric like this. Just go ahead and do your thing. Yes. Basically, this is it. This is all for my blouse. So don't forget, I'll leave the description box for the sewing part on the for the skirt part at the description box. So guys, then another thing I want to do is to attach that sleeve. It has a sleeve just like a design for a dropping sleeve like that. So I'll cut up my fabric like so. I think I have a piece of fabric here that measure about 14 by 8 inches. So I folded it like this and I just marked my 8 inches like oh that is the height I want. So after that I'll measure how long I want it, and I'll curve it like this. I just give it the shape that looks like it. Just play around and do whatever that works for you. You can even decide to leave it just like a straight triangle and drop it on the armhole side. So this is just to beautify the sleeve area. It's nothing serious. So guys, here is my blouse after I've sewn it and I've turned the armhole. And this is the finished look of my dress. See you in my next video. Bye.